Hey Internet, Eric here. Welcome to Monstrous March. If you're new to the channel, every month this year on the channel, I'm going to have a specific theme, and this time for March, it's Monstrous March. I just freaking said that. Nothing but monster movies, unless I have a live stream planned. Nothing but monster movies will be discussed, whether it's kaiju's like Godzilla. I'm going to do some King Kong movies, whether it's back in the 80s, we had a boom of little creature type monsters, like monster movies like Munchies and Ghoulies, that type of stuff. Or we could also have demons that take a physical form of a monster. Monstrous March is officially starting with Pumpkinhead. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. This came out in 1988. Basic plot of this is we are following a man named Ed Harley. He is played by Lance Henriksen, and Lance lives with his young son in bumfuck nowhere, the middle of nowhere, and he runs the local grocery store, I guess you would say. And one day, a group of kids who are going from here to there, I think they're going camping. They got a cabin out in the middle of nowhere, and they stop off at the gas station, or not the gas station, not a gas station, it's a grocery store to get supplies, get food, that type of stuff. And they are out dirt biking, while the other people are in there getting the supplies. Ed Harley forgets the feed for one of his customers, so he has to personally deliver it. While he's out delivering that, his young son is out playing, and their dog runs off into the field area where the kids are dirt biking. The young son is hit by a dirt bike and killed. Ed Harley, over, overcome with grief, goes into the backwoods because he knows of a witch who has mystical powers, and she helps him summon the demon known as Pumpkinhead for revenge. Directed by Stan Winston. I think this is Stan's only directorial. I think this is the only movie that he's directed. First off, I want to say that Pumpkinhead is my favorite looking creature. Well, it's in my top three. You got the Xenomorph, you got the Predator, and you got Pumpkinhead. But first off, let's get to the acting. Lance Henriksen is actually really, really good in this. This was early in the early starts of his career before he was, taking, hey, you pay me $5 and a sandwich, I'll do your fucking movie. I really like it him in this movie. The best part of this movie is probably his bond with his son. I love the fatherly bond, the father son bond that they have. Whether it's simple stuff like them watering down the vegetables before the store opens. You know what I mean? They're playing with the hose with each other. Like, the kid turns the hose on Ed, and then he just, he takes and shows him, and he just flicks the water back at him. Or just when they're at the table, and the son wants to feed the dog off the plate, and he said, put it in his bowl, or he'll expect it every time. Daddy, he's hungry. I said, put it in the bowl. Just the way that they act with each other. And then he gives Ed a gift he made, like a little necklace. And it's very sweet. You actually buy the fact that he's like, sometimes parents will be like, oh, that's cute, honey. I love that. You bought the fact that he loved the fact that his son made him this gift. He's great when he has to, play off of Buck Flower. We'll talk about Buck Flower in a second. Buck Flower plays one of the customers, the regular customers. And then when Ed loses his son, you buy the grief that he's going through, the pain in his face. The first off, that look of rage he gives the kids after he finds his son's body. You buy that. The rage he has when he is talking to the witch and begging her and telling her, like, I hate them. They deserve this. They killed him and left him. That type of stuff. And then at the very end, because after Pumpkinhead is conjured, there is like a mental connection, I guess you would say, between Pumpkinhead and Ed. He sees everything Pumpkinhead is doing, and Pumpkinhead is starting to finally morph and turn its face into Ed's face, and his eyes are starting to glow red, and they are definitely becoming one. And when you find out that if Ed gets hurt, Pumpkinhead gets hurt, and he puts two and two together on how to stop this, his decision, is final. You buy that too. He's fantastic. The kids, the teenagers, they're just there. There's what, 4 of them, 5 of them, 4 are really, really good, but they're just kind of generic. You don't like them, you don't hate them. And then, of course, you got the bad guy. The one that, was drinking. The one that ran over the kid and ditched him type of thing. He's just an asshole. He's fine. Other characters, well, the one who plays the young boy. He's very good. Like I said, he only really plays off of Lance Henriksen, and because I think Lance is so good, that's why this kid is able to be so good, and he does a very good job. Buck Flower, for once, he's not playing a fucking drunk like in They Live or Back to the Future or Wishmaster. He is playing a country bumpkin, but he's actually good in this. He is the grandfather of the fucking Ma and Pa Kettle Farm, basically. The Appalachian kids. One of them is actually Mayim Bialik from Blossom and from what is it? Big Bang Theory. He's really good. He is you buy the fear when he is afraid. When he knows that Pumpkinhead is coming for the kids, the teens, and he's talking to his grandkids. You guys will be safe. The animals will be fine. It's only going to kill what it is brought back to kill, or anything that gets in its way. The actor who plays, I think his name is Bunt. I guess he's like the head of the Kettle Kids, is what I will call him. I only know him also from, I think he's in Society. And he's also in Silent Night, Deadly Night 5. He's wait, is that? Yeah, that's the name of the kid. The Pinocchio character. He's good in this. He's good as a mean older brother, but you buy it when he knows that Pumpkinhead's, going too far or whatever. The acting is really, really, really good, and I don't hate the teens. They're just kind of there. Loved Pumpkinhead's design, like I said, other than the Xenomorph and the Predator, probably my favorite looking creature. Tom Woodruff Jr., who he was the Gill Man in Monster Squad, and he helped with the Aliens and Alien vs. Predator. The guy knows what he's doing, and Pumpkinhead looks amazing in this. I love how we do get to see some Pumpkinhead vision. I like how every time Pumpkinhead shows up, there's like this rattlesnake noise. So it's kind of like an early warning system. Like when you hear that rattlesnake noise, it's kind of like his own theme. You know what I mean? Jason and Freddy have their own theme. Michael has his. It's like Pumpkinhead's calling card. I really like the sets. Like you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere when you're at the store. But then when they're in the woods and it's dark, then it really gets this spooky feeling because of the lack of sunlight, the use of blues and the darkness that Stan Winston did a pretty good job. Another character, oh shit, I forgot to tell you, is the witch. I can't remember the names. Does it say the witch's name? It's not Miss Ossie. Miss Ossie's from part 2. She had a weird name. I don't fucking remember. Super, super skinny, long, stringy hair, like very thin. She looks like Grandpa. She reminds me of Grandpa from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because of how old she is. And again, she has this creepy voice. She knows what Ed Harley's doing. Like he's not going to come out of this good, and she kind of revels in it. Stan Winston has a great job with the lighting. We get to see like her profile and the way, like, because she's in this fucking cabin in the woods and she's got a fire going, and just the way the light of the fire shines on her face, and you see like the old age makeup. Really, really good, really creepy and spooky. And then there's the scene we're talking about with like set design and stuff. Ed Harley has to go up and dig up a body of where mountain folk would bury their disabled, I guess you would say. And that creature is turned into Pumpkinhead type of thing. Seeing Ed go through this burial site, he has to climb on this little hill type of thing, and there's amazing shots of just Lance standing on this thing in the darkness. But again, the way the blues and the moonlight and everything shines up, so good. Gore, I wouldn't say the gore is that bad. We do get someone grabbed and like thrown out of a tree, and then they find his like intestines hanging from the tree later. That's an after the fact kill. We do see one girl getting dropped from like a high part of the sky. Like Pumpkinhead grabs her and like climbs up a tree or something, like drops her from a high area. Not very bloody. He does like there is one girl who's religious. Pumpkinhead takes his long giant claws and like carves a cross into her forehead. It's not a very gory movie. I do like, again, like I said, eventually Ed wants to stop this. And he finds out by accident that he knows him and Pumpkinhead share this consciousness, but he doesn't know about the whole pain scenario until he accidentally, like during the end, where like he's in the barn and they're, the final girl, I guess you would say, is like apologizing for this, and that Bunt's there too. And he says, I don't know how to stop it, but I'm gonna kill it. Or he says something like that. And he's got like a flamethrower, and he is walking out there, and he accidentally walks into a pitchfork, and the pitchfork gets him right into the side. And then you see Pumpkinhead growl in pain. It's like it's got Bunt. It's gonna kill Bunt, and it growls in pain, and he puts two and two together, and he eventually gets a gun and shoots himself in the head. Comes out and falls to the ground, but just his luck, he ain't fucking dead. Pumpkinhead gets back up and is attacking, and the final girl has to take out Ed Harley. And then he dies, Pumpkinhead dies, and his body is engulfed in flames. It's a sad ending for Ed, because as a father, I personally would not want any harm come to my child. I love her dearly, and that's what I think people overlook, is this is a man dealing with grief, dealing with a bunch of kids who, accident or not, caused the death of his son, and he believes that they did it and they abandoned him because he had the one guy just take off. So I think people overlook that part of the film because it's just big demon monster in the woods, attacking teens. But it's a lot more to that. Again, that's what really sells this movie for me. Is I don't blame Ed Harley for what he does. You know what I mean? He killed his boy, and he wants revenge. He's so heartbroken that he wants revenge for this. So this movie, I think, I mean, in the middle, I guess you could say there's a little bit of a lag between, after the witch makes Ed Harley, dig up the body that becomes Pumpkinhead type of thing. Between that and then when Pumpkinhead finally starts doing his job, there's a little bit of some lag or whatever. But overall, I think Pumpkinhead is a fantastic horror movie, especially from the 80s. If you're going through like an 80s binge of horror movies and you need a break from the fucking slasher movies, throw in Pumpkinhead. Really, really good. Good demon revenge movie. And again, dealing with grief. And what would a parent do? Put yourself in that situation. Really, really dig it. Lance Henriksen is great. I love the witch. She is creepy. I love just like the way everything looks in this film. The ending where you see the old witch, Haggis. Her name is Haggis. She's burying a body that looks just like one of them deformed, creepy kids that Lance Henriksen dug out of the ground, and it's wearing the necklace that Lance's boy gave him. So now, Ed Harley is now one of the deformed Pumpkinhead rejects or whatever. Buck Flowers, nice seeing him not as a drunken hillbilly, just a regular hillbilly this time, homeless, not a homeless man. Yeah, really, really dug Pumpkinhead. It was the first time I've seen it in a while, and I think since becoming a father, I think I can appreciate it more. You know what I mean? For like those themes. So highly recommend Pumpkinhead. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Click the bell. What do you think? Have you seen Pumpkinhead? Love it? Hate it? Don't give a shit? Coming up next, Pumpkinhead 2. Big difference in quality and a big difference in the fun factor. I'll say that. And then I'll be doing parts 3 and 4. And then what else do I have planned for it? Oh, this Saturday, God willing, me and Melissa Hill are going to try to get back together again for an interview. What else do I have in Monstrous March? Godzilla, King Kong film, Mimic. I want to talk about Basket Case. Like I said, those little creature features like ghoulies and munchies and hobgoblins. Lots of stuff I haven't seen. It's going to be an interesting month. Check out Pumpkinhead. Coming up tomorrow, Pumpkinhead 2. Cheers.